Hello, how you guys doing? Welcome to my channel and thank you for stopping by. Hope your day is going great. So I've decided to finally do an Isle tier list, for Isle Evrima specifically, and I'm only going to be talking about all the current playables we have. I will include Diabloceratops simply because it's kind of already there. It's just in horde testing. So I'm going to be talking a little bit about each dino, why I think it deserves to be where it is, the playability of it, the replayability of it, and yeah, and then at the very end, it will be separate, like I'll add it onto the same tier list, but I will then include T-Rex, Allo, Trike, and Maiasaura, just simply because we know the next one's coming, at least most likely, so I'll kind of speak about them where I think they'll be. But yeah, apart from that, let's get started. Alrighty then, so most of you probably already know how tier lists work. This is the best, this is the worst. But yeah, let's have a look who's first. So you've got Cerato here. Cerato I think is a really great dino in the Isle. I'll definitely say, simply because it's a cannibal as well, it can literally anything. It's the easiest dino probably to play, I would say. Some might argue against it because of the cannibalism. They might say, oh, I die all the time to cannibals. But at least when you're bigger, you can eat anything, bones, rotten food, yourself, your cousin, whoever you're playing with. So just simply on the terms of you can eat anything, it makes it much better, I think. I'll definitely put that straight away in A tier. And the reason why I won't put it in S tier, actually, you know what? I will put it in S tier. Yeah! There we go. Very first one is already in S tier. Yeah, but it's hard to beat, I think, because it's just, there's so many things you can do with it and you're so free. You don't have to worry about food, you know, getting rotten and stuff like that. And by the way, feel free to also copy this, even just by writing the names of each dinos down below in the comment section and let me know what's your version of it. And as usual, this is like a discussion video, so if you disagree or agree with me, that's absolutely fine. Just don't be a penis about it. Just let me know down below. And if I offend you, then I'm terribly sorry. It is what it is. Just deal with it and cry. Oh yeah, carnotaurus. So still the biggest predator that we have in the Isle at the moment. Minus in deinosuchus. I mean mainly by height. Because Dino's the biggest, but it's just pretty much stuck in the water, you could say. Yeah, Carno, I'm going to put that in A tier. Definitely, I don't think it's an S tier. I might even argue almost to put it in B, but I think it deserves the A. Because it is fun, you have got good power. They have changed it quite a lot. Just like everything in the Isle, you can remember each update pretty much changes the dino. Sometimes quite dramatically, sometimes not at all. And Carno has been through quite a few times. I think it was update 5 maybe, where it had the 1 second ram, where you could just ram instantly, and there was no cooldown either, so you would just ram, which was really fun. But of course I understand completely why they have made it a little bit harder to ram, because well, the game does require skill, so that way you can actually main a dino, not just be playing any dino and feeling like it's the same thing every time, right? Even though sometimes it might be a negative, because let's say it was more fun with the 1 second RAM, I think them adding some restrictions is actually a good thing. Obviously, too much restrictions is not good either, because you want it to be fun. But I think how Carno is now is pretty decent, but it depends, because I play with quite a few people. As you see in some of my videos, I do tend to play with typically 5 people or more, sometimes less, but usually it's always more. So Carno's a hard one for me, because obviously with its hunger drain, it's not terrible, but it's not the best, but it can be hard to find food sometimes, especially like Cerato here. You can't just eat anything. You do have to know what you can eat and when you can eat it, so it makes it a little bit more restricted, but nonetheless it's a very fun dino to play, and you do feel powerful, at least for now, since it is the biggest predator on land, so most things will get out your way. But yeah, next, so we got beipi, probably one of the dinos that was one of the most popular ones, surprisingly to me at least, when it first came out. Now it's very rare to see them. I personally, and again this is going off from what I would play more and wouldn't play more, I would put this in C, because, and that's me being generous, I would have put it in D, but I just think it's really cute. That's why it's up here. C for cute, you know. It's unique in a way that I guess it's semi-aquatic like Dino, so you can explore different kinds of territories underwater, which bear in mind I've barely done in Gateway because of all the struggles that Gateway has given us. So I'm still yet to discover so much underwater places, let's say, and stuff like that, which I would love to do. But beipi, for example, it's kind of a dino in my eyes that you have fun with. Like, there's nothing too serious. Maybe you've died quite a few times as Dino, so you're quite attached to the water, you like the water, but you don't want to grow another 5+ hours. Beipi would be the solution for that, but you can't really do anything else apart from, I guess, just eat and stuff like that. It might get more fun when there's more semi-aquatics, more things to dodge and swim away from, so that potentially could go into B, but for now I think we'll stay at the cute C. Here's the other semi-aquatic, aquatic, bloody English. But yeah, deinosuchus. It's hard for me to talk about it because I very rarely played it in Gateway. In fact, I am actually currently in the middle for 2 weeks now, no 3 weeks, trying to on horde test to make a dino video. The fatal errors have been a massive problem. Actually traveling as well, because I'm not a dino main. I do find it hard sometimes to travel because I don't know where to go. Luckily, I had my friend Diablo who showed me the way to how to get the secret mutation so I could drink salt water and actually swim in it without dying. And he showed me the way to South Plains, let's say South Spawn area. So I'm there currently, and I'm hoping to jump back on in the next few days, hopefully, and finish that video. But Dino does take a while to grow, so, and obviously I would like to catch some stuff so you guys have something interesting to watch or see my fails. You know how it is. But yeah, so I'm gonna put this in B. This might change in the next week for me. I might put it in A because I've generally always really liked playing Dino, even though it's not something I've played too much of because it's so different. You know, it's in the water. You do have to play a bit more chilled out and stealthy if you actually want to do well. But yeah, I would say just because of my own experience, I haven't had too many with them in Gateway, and it's been quite hard to actually have fun on Gateway recently. So that's why I'm going to stick it in a B. But this has a very big potential to go into A, even to S, again because of cannibalism and being able to eat bones and anything rotten. Yeah, that's a hard one for me to put at B though. I am still debating whether I might put it in A, but I have to play it first, to be honest. I don't want to just say it for the sake of me knowing that it's such a popular dino. I know a lot of people probably would put this in A or S. We'll see in the next few weeks. Maybe that will go out. Gallimimus. This one's a dodgy dino. It's good at fighting omnis, I would say. Can kick them in the face, but of course it can also get pinned by them. So it's something that, again, is a bit like, let's say, beipi, where it's more for just having fun, but you can do some damage. It's got okay bleed. Of course, you can run away from a lot of things. So you're a runner. You're faster than everyone else. But I'm going to place this one in B because it is fun. It's definitely more fun than C than beipi because I would play this time to time. Beipi I would very rarely play, but I don't think it really deserves an A or an S simply because, well, I do like to fight. I don't like to fight too much. I'm not one of those aggro players that just try and kill everything all the time, but I do like a good fight here and there, and this one will be a bit more difficult to do it with, but you can definitely be cheeky with Gali and have some fun. So I think it deserves the B spot, right in the middle there. It's a good one to play time to time, but I don't think it's something you're going to play this much, and especially this much. Dryosaurus, straight to D. I don't really have to say that much. It's just a pointless dino. It's literally just a worse Gali. Dryo is cute as hell, and I always am happy when I see one, but I can play this dino for like half an hour tops, and then I'm like, right, what do I do now? All you can do is annoy people, peck them, and that's it. It's essentially just another beipi, but at least beipi can swim. Kind of pointless. Maybe when burrowing's in, if I remember correctly, Dryo will burrow too. Correct me if I'm wrong there, but I'm pretty sure it does. It will be able to. Maybe then it will get a bit better, but then again, it's just kind of like, oh look, now I can hide. And I know allosaurus will be able to dig up burrows, so the one mechanic we're going to wait for this guy, he's just probably going to die to it anyway. But yeah, I think Dryo's a D. If I had to wait for this to come out, I'll be pissed off if this came out before other dinos, which it has, but luckily I already started playing Evrima once that was already out. Dildosaurus, or also known as Dilo. This one here is definitely between S and A. It's a really hard one to think about. I mean, I haven't played it in horde testing, so I don't really know what the new version of Dilo will be, if it's going to be much different at all either. I don't know. But if I'm going on without the horde testing in mind, I'll probably put it at an S tier. Yes, it's not as easy to, let's say, eat stuff with like the Rato here, but it's very quick, very good turn radius. Yeah, I mean, you got the venom, which is really cool. If you know how to use it well, then you can pretty much take on anything that's currently in the game, even stegos. Play smartly and patiently, and you can really feel a success with Dilo. And it's quite a good grow time, it's quite quick, and it's, you know, you can play it again and again. If you die, yeah, it sucks, but it's not too bad, right? Herrerasaurus. This will go into S tier. It's a completely unique dinosaur. Like, there is nothing, at least at the moment, that can compare to Herrera. I have seen a lot of people being able to take down a lot of things with Herrera because the bleed is pretty good when you jump from a high height. And seeing how many times I've also died to it recently, in fact in the Dino video you will see that I've even died to a Herrera, is disgusting. Pisses me off so much. But Herreras are very quick to grow, very easy to grow, I would say, simply because, well, you can just grow in a tree. Just all you have to do is jump down to grab food, drink water, and then the safety is just up above you. You don't have to worry. And for something that small, it does do quite a bit of damage with that bleed. Hypsi, definitely a D tier.
They don't know me, son. They don't know me.
Sorry, didn't mean to tease you with that. This is another pointless dino, just like Dryo. In fact, everything I said about Dryo, you can just pretty much say the same thing about this guy, apart from Hypsi's probably even cuter. Its sounds are adorable. It looks cute as fuck. It spits, okay, but what's that gonna do? It's just just annoying. It's just another pointless dino. I mean, this thing should also be able to climb like Herrera, I think. I would imagine this could climb. Wouldn't you agree? Pachy. Now, if this was in Spiral, S tier straight away. And if you've seen my channel for some time, been subscribed for some time, I used to be a pachy main. I used to pretty much solidly almost always upload pachy videos, at least each week, if not even older videos in the week. I was always playing pachy. I got pretty decent with it as well, and I loved it. It was good fun. Was it a little bit OP? Up for debate, but that's for a different video. But yes, it definitely needed some sort of fix, and it got it. But I think now it's not as good as it was. It relies on stam a bit too much, and obviously the stam is not as good as it used to be, because every dino needs to have an inhaler nowadays, thanks to Don D feeling that everyone should be asthmatic in the Isle, because why would dinosaurs be able to run, right? So I'm going to put him in a B, which is a big shame to me. This personally hits me hard, because for me it would have been S tier straight away not long ago, but I have not touched pachy in months, because it might not be completely unplayable. It's definitely playable, but I just kind of have lost the touch with it, because if it's not the ping making you hit the wrong way, or you hit something but it makes the sound but then nothing actually happens to the dino, you know, then you can practically not really punch above your weight either, even though they've changed it so it's meant to be like a hit and run dino, which is fair enough, because I can understand it probably got very annoying for there being just pachy's everywhere, just constantly always fucking everyone over. So it's kind of good they got debuff, but I think it got too much of a debuff. I think it needs a bit more love so it can get to the A tier and S tier again. But I do really like fighting Omni still as a pachy. That's always fun. There we go. Omni will go into A tier. Reason why it's not an S tier, because I'm just not a huge Omni fan. I do like Omni, but I feel like because I just see it everywhere, it gets a bit boring for me. It's definitely one of the easiest ones to grow along with Cerato. It's quick to grow. It's quick as well in general. Got good attacks, good pounces, even though the pounces are the main reason why I put it into A tier and not S tier, because of the game itself more than the dinosaur, let's say. Sometimes you will land them perfectly fine like you're expecting, sometimes you'll go through something, sometimes you just won't land it, and especially if you're trying to fight stego because, well, you're just feeling thirsty and there's a few of you, so you're like, let's give it the challenge. Obviously you know the risks, you're gonna get one shot by a stego, but it's okay if you get one shot by a stego, but it's not okay if because of the game you kind of just lag off it, or on my screen it shows that I'm on top of the stego, but on the stego screen it's like I'm not. That makes sense? Then you just die. So I think until they fix that, I wouldn't personally put that into S tier, but it's definitely, if there was an in-between A and S, like an A star, I would put it there. All right. PT, another one that has been hit very hard by Gateway. Another one that I would have probably never put it in S tier, sorry, but I would have put in A tier, but I'm gonna put this is between these two. I'm gonna put it into C, and the reason why is because, again, I haven't played this in such a long time, because of how they've made it. They've absolutely annihilated its stam. It should have stam to be able to fly across the whole map. It's a flyer, might as well just take away stam from people walking as well at this point. So until its stam gets fixed, I wouldn't put it any higher than a C, even though I almost put it into a B, but because it's unique, it's why I'm not putting it any lower than C, because of course it's the only flyer in the game at the moment, so you can discover a lot more with it. It's a shame for PT. I would love to have put it here, but it is what it is. Maybe one day, friend. Steggy Weggy, also known as Stegosaurus. This one I would put into B for sure. It's not the easiest to grow because you're fat and slow, which is expected by something that's practically an apex. You know, I wouldn't call it quite an apex, but it's like a pseudo apex. It's like acro level. You're going to do a lot of damage. You can even punch above your weight to apexes a little bit, but you also will have to be careful, because apexes will probably demolish you if you're not very careful. But of course, at the moment in the game, it is definitely the apex in terms of predators, against predators, sorry, and herbivores, because this guy even manages to destroy Dino, which shouldn't really be possible. Dino should be able to flatten stegos if they go drinking there. You know, it's definitely a tank and it should be strong. I'm not trying to say make it weaker, but its bite will be better than its head. Simple as that. The reason why stego is not any higher on the list, because I feel like it's a quite boring gameplay. I find it exciting to actually grow stegos because of the constant danger of, oh shit, let me hide because there's some dinos running past, or I can't really quite run away. Until you get to that 30-40%, that's my sweet spot. That's when you can start fighting back even, but you can be killed. You can fight a carno, like defend against it, let's say, but it will most likely win. But it's just that good feeling of, okay, there's going to be some fun here. Start getting to 50%, you still get a bit of that, but not too many people start challenging you anymore. But then when you start getting to Sabodo and Ado, it can get very boring. Tenno. I'm going to put this in A, not because I played that much, but because with what I have played with it, it is a fun dino. I think it's like one of the most well-rounded dinos in terms of it can fight anything in the roster pretty much. It's not too easy to fight with either. Like, you really do have to learn. Like, someone that's skilled with Tenno is usually quite a good player simply because there's quite a few attacks with it. You do have to manage stam quite a bit too. So it's a good challenge. It's definitely a good challenge. It's something I've always wanted to play a bit more of, but I guess I just always preferred Pachy at the time. But Tenno, it's cute as hell. Its calls when it's small is one of the cutest ones I love. Like, it literally sounds like I was a screaming baby or something just crying. But it's always sick. And it looks like a little sperm when it's running on it, when you see it from the side running. And it's just funny. Great swimmer too, so it can get across rivers quite quickly. And yeah, it's all round is quite nice. Pretty decent bleed. It's quite tanky for its size too. So it can take quite a bit from carnos, especially now that carnos haven't got that 1 second ram. They kind of can't do as much against a Tenno, but they will always try, so you will always have that fun with Tenno. Next one's Troodon. It's probably one of the most controversial dinos. Now, I guess some of you might understand what I'm about to say, but if some of you don't, then maybe this is more unique to me and other YouTubers, I guess. But I do get comments about Troodon in almost every video. People are either very against it or very for it, like in terms of, oh, it needs a buff, or it needs, you know, a debuff. I think where Troodon is at now is good personally, because it is a pack hunter. If you start buffing it up, because obviously it's not as popular as, let's say, these dinos here to play, so you don't really see packs of them. But just like Omni, if you buff this, you're going to see a lot more Troodons, and it's going to become literally pointless to play everything else, because you're just going to die to something you can't even see constantly. Because if a group of like 7, 8 of these come and kill your mid tier, it's annoying, but it's kind of like fair game, you know. That's what it's meant for. But 1 or 2 of them, which some people feel like they should be buffed because not that many people play them, so let's make it practically as strong as an Omni, so 1 or 2 Troodons can take on 1 Tenno. It shouldn't be the case, right? It's small, it's too quick to grow to be able to even do that, because then you can just come back constantly, and almost before you would even fully heal as, let's say, a Tenno, you would have almost a fully grown Troodon already fighting you again, you know, which is just unfair. It makes a big unbalance. So I think how it is now, it should definitely stay. But I'll put this in a C tier because I don't play this much, because I don't really like small dinos. That's just my personal opinion. I like, the smallest dino for me would be like Omni size, like on land, just simply because I don't like seeing grass all the time just in my face. I don't mind it when I'm a kid growing, but when I'm an adult, I want to be free. But it's fun. Doesn't deserve to be down here with these 2 useless fucks, but definitely you can do some good damage with it, and it can be a lot of fun, but just too small for my taste. That's why it's not any higher. And yeah, so the last one that's technically not in the game but is playable in horde testing, so it is definitely the next dino coming in, so we are going to include it, especially because I've played the hell out of it, is actually my favorite herbivore, along with trike actually. Diabloceratops is going to go through a hell of a lot of changes, so I might bite myself for doing this, but I'm putting it in S. Obviously this can change. It's already changed quite a lot since it's come out. It might change even more, and most likely will, when it actually fully comes out into the actual branch of Evrima. Diablo, obviously this is me being one-sided because I love Diablo so much. I think it's really cool. I like how you can kind of run and just twist around and headbutt, well, horn people, let's say, which I know some people have a problem with. They think it shouldn't, which kind of makes sense. You know, it's kind of a little bit of a heavyweight. It's stocky. Maybe it shouldn't be able to 180 that quickly. I agree, because at the end of the day, if it was something that was more of a lone dino, then yeah, it would make sense they would have that kind of mechanic to be able to quickly fight back. But because it is a herd dino, that should be slowed down a little bit. I like its calls. I've been waiting for this guy to come for a long time. I love ceratopsians, and here we are. We're about to really taste it. And I think its damage is pretty good. Its bleed resistance is fair for it, and it's obviously quite tanky, because as it should be. You know, even carnos have to be super careful with Diablos. But yeah, so this is currently everything that's in the game. And now we're going to talk about Trike, T-Rex, Maya, and Allo. So these are obviously not in the game yet. Most likely they'll come out this year, and still things are always subject to change, but pretty much confirmed these are the next dinos. The reason why is because we know Maya is pretty much done. They did say that Maya is a lot less complex in terms of what it can do and can't do. That might even come out with Allo, and I think Maya would be a solid A tier. You could even probably put it in S tier. I know a lot of people will probably battle for this, saying that should be A or S, but I'm going to put it into A tier because because it's a little bit more bland, but it's really cool. Don't get me wrong. When I say bland, I don't mean that it's absolutely boring, but we'll see what it's like, obviously, in the game. These are just projections, predictions, right? Obviously, we know it's going to be able to barge dinos, so it's going to kind of be like a rugby player on the pitch. So it will be definitely fun. It will be a good dino that I think a lot of people are going to play and replay. So I definitely believe that it deserves to be up there in the A area. Probably similar playstyle to Pachy, where you kind of headbutt and run. In this case, you would just barge and run, or knock over a carno if it's next to you. Let's say maybe it'll fall over, and then you can carry on running. Let's put Allosaurus into S tier. Allosaurus is probably the one that, if we're lucky, might even come out with Diablo. Since Diablo's not been out yet, I think it's been out in hot testing for a month now, or maybe even more. I don't know, time has gone weirdly for me recently. So it's been a damn while. It's a long hot test. So there's still potential that Allo, if it really is done more than we think, since obviously it was a surprise. So there might be surprises that they've worked on it even more than we think. They might come out with Diablo. If not, then I think it might even come out with Maya. I think that's what it's going to be. Probably most likely with Maya, but we can hope for a sooner release, right? Arno will be second place, close probably with Cerato. I do think Carnos would be able to probably kill Allos too. And I think even some Ceratos, maybe like 3 of them or 2 of them will be able to even kill an Allo. So of course they have got that ability to make you throw up and lose stamina as well. But Allo will be the one you have to be careful with. It would still flatten a Cerato, probably kill a Carno, not very easily, but definitely easier than a Carno will be able to kill an Allo. It's going to have great bleed. The ambush ability is coming back for it too. So it's going to be able to like charge out the bushes and catch his prey, which is really cool. And it just overall is the line of the Isle. That's what people call it. And Triceratops, another S tier. I feel like I'm making this too heavy, but it is what it is. Trike, so like I said earlier on, it's my favorite with Diablo because I like ceratopsians. It's going to be the same as Diablo, but obviously slower, but more tanky, and definitely a lot more damage. Probably not going to be able to turn around so quickly like Diablo either. I'll be very shocked if it could. And Trike is going to show you what an actual apex is, and I think that's why it should be in S tier, because, well, it's a 3-horned bastard that will terrorize you. You know, it won't chase you down, but if you see it in a herd, you're gonna think more than twice whether you should go there. That's exactly what Trike is the king of defense. And then you got Rex. Obviously, that's gonna have to go into S tier. Rex will be the powerhouse of the Isle. It's gonna have abilities to, I think, even knock down trees, which probably most apexes will be able to do simply due to its weight. Whether that's gonna come out with Rex, I don't know, but that's still a cool touch that they're gonna add. Rex is also just a phenomenal creature. I mean, everyone knows it. You're gonna see it when you see those jaws in the dark. You're gonna shit yourself, and you're gonna hope the best that you're gonna be able to run away. But with those jaws, you're gonna be snapping dinos in half. How cool would that be though? Imagine a mechanic or something that, because of the power of its jaws, if this was to bite a dilo in the head, it would just take its head clean off, and you just see the dilo's body like swarming around and then falling on the floor. That would be really cool. I think that, especially because they did work quite a bit with gore, I would hope that they're gonna add some more goriness to it. That'll make it really cool, because that's what Evrima is missing. The horror side like Legacy. Not that Legacy had these mechanics, but it just was scarier. So Evrima should do better. But yeah, not too much more I can say about Rex. Everyone already knows it. It'll be like me repeating what everyone else has said. It's an amazing dino. It's always going to be in an S tier, unless somehow they absolutely fuck it up and make it very bad to grow. On one more note, obviously on the 2 apexes here, Trike and Rex, they're obviously going to be very hard to grow too, but then that's the challenge within itself. They are going to grow quite quickly from what I understood when they're small, and then they will of course slow down dramatically as they get bigger. But yeah, let me know what you guys think about my tier list, and if you'd like to see me do another tier list of maybe older dinosaurs, excluding the ones I've obviously just used today, but all the other dinosaurs that will be coming to the game and what I think they'll be like and how fun they may or may not be, then just let me know down below. Do leave the video a like if you liked it, subscribe if you're new, that's helped me out a lot. And yeah, apart from that, hope you guys have a great day and peace.